far away from a fault line so that if in case there would be disasters like the recent earthquake.
Microphone.
Here, you can use.
Thank you for that question. Well, as mentioned a while ago, it's about the age and day today is more about being connected. So with the connectivity that we will be providing, as mentioned a while ago also, that it's the service level is more of an uptime of 99.9%. And aside from that, we're also offering other ICT solutions that they will be needing to provide better connectivity internal and outside of their facilities and to support the operations of their medical team. Actually, that's one thing that I am proud of. Being a supplier or being a partner of Perpetual Health Medical Center, even if you don't reach those patients, I know that with their objective of being at the forefront of medicine, being at the forefront of the digitalization of what's happening in the world to support whether just a basic treatment of a patient or a medical forefront in the sense of being in the robotics or in the future proofing of life, meaning giving best in class healthcare, which I received. It's something that we can give back, we can support.
Thank you. Two more questions. So, kanina it was mentioned na parang submarine cable ni Rice. Yung dahilan kaya confident kayo na kahit magkaroon ng natural calamities, particularly maybe and hopefully not yung the big one ay hindi maapektuhan ng servisyo na for Perpetual?
Hindi po may apektuhan, pero syempre it depends on the fibers. So what we can make sure of as long as there's connectivity, syempre it's run by power. So when there's no electricity, we couldn't have a power to support the connection. So as long as there's power, as long as there's, we have contingencies as well. If you would notice, I don't know if you've heard about data centers. So nowadays, conglomerates or big companies or even small companies, they also invest in that data center, meaning it's not just in their specific offices where they store data. As much as possible, they store it on another site, which is secured, meaning on high ground, it's not going to get flooded, meaning far away from a fault line, so that if in case there would be disasters like the recent earthquake, we have to support that. So that again would provide the backbone for not just connectivity, but actually it's more of ensuring that things are going to be online. But yes, we will be dependent on the power grid.
Finally po, from me, dilimitahan po ba ng Rice yung number of clients nila para ma-ensure na kahit kailan hindi magiging congested? Kasi diba yun po ang kanina sabi nyo na kahit bago kayo, at least na-assure nyo yung clients nyo na yun ang advantage namin, hindi kami congested. So,
again, I'm very proud. So I want to show you our network map. Actually, that challenge might come to your mind. No? Ay, paparami na sila. Pagkasing laki na nila si kasing laki na nila si PLDT, ang daming kliyente, baka hindi na nila masuportahan. Again, ang objective namin, coming from a CEO and COO, we're not here to be the biggest telco. We're here to be the best. So we will be expanding. We're 400 strong now. We will improve our manpower and our support team to ensure that each and every client will have a good customer experience from start to finish. That's what we're going to deliver. When we say our mission is to accelerate or to help the Philippines accelerate its internet or its interconnectivity, we're going to do that. So make sure, again, at the end of the day, the customer should be provided for. And yun pa rin, isa sa values ni kasi namin is customer centricity. will adapt. We will expand if needed. We will add to our infra, to our manpower, to our support groups, just to ensure that Perpetual Health Medical Center would be provided the service that they signed up for. So again, maybe in the next 3 years, I hope we will be able to prove ourselves. And if not, maybe we would be the sole provider. But well, in connectivity kasi, meron usual na primary and secondary, just to have a feel safe. And it's better to get two different providers. Yeah, so yeah. Salamat po. Ako pa na yun.
Yeah, thank you, Jojo. For your information po, Jojo is from here, Las Piñas. Kaya, kapitbahay na. A few 5 minutes
Tapos
away.
Pinero din, so yeah.
Yeah. Before we move on to our next questions, Sir Tamayo, gusto ko lang po tanungin, nung una pong nilapit sa inyo ang proyektong ito, ano po ang tumatakbo sa isipan nyo, kaya nyo po napapayag ang partnership na ito with RISE?
Of course, definitely reliability, I think is very important. Ako mismo sa office ko, I have connections from both. Because as you know, this is also a school facility. So ang university may connection rin dyan. And then yung hospital meron din. So minsan I switch. Sabi ko parang mahina yata ito. Just for my own usage. And sabi ko nga kay Sir Norman, who's our admin director, we really need a reliable connection. Lalo na that we are in the hospital setting. In fact, it reminds me of a time during our pioneering days, hindi pa uso yung internet noon, no? Kami-kami lang nagbibiruan. Meron kaming school director dati na maoperahan. And then ang sabi niya, sa aming chairman kay Sir Alda, sabi, Sir Alda, may isa po akong request. So, pwede ba yung aming pinaka-engineer, hospital engineer, huwag po mawala habang ina-operahan ako. Kasi kinakabahan siya, baka raw mag-brown out, wala raw magpapagana ng generator. But kidding aside, no, of course, we've progressed from there. Meron na tayong automated transfer switch. We're also ISO certified in hospital and everything. And connectivity plays a very crucial role in healthcare delivery. We do have, of course, the day-to-day na nangyayari, our residents and fellows. I think that sets us apart from other hospitals also. We produce our own doctors and have specialty programs, everything. But they have to call and coordinate all the time with consultants. And connectivity is very important here. With our RISPAC system that our readers get to interpret the results and give feedback, mahalaga rin yun for timely and accurate intervention. And even, of course, in telemedicine, in our education and training, all of this play a very important and crucial role. Mahirap yung walang internet without time. But of course, we also have backups, as mentioned ni Sir. Okay? And at the end of the day, it's also part of our training na maging resilient pa rin, all the doctors and medical staff. And sometimes I even look at my own children, no? Meron na yatang Gen Beta ngayon. I think we started as baby boomers, meron Gen X, may millennials, may Gen Z, Gen Alpha. Ayaw ko paano sila mabubuhay kung walang internet, but they still need to know the basics, especially if you are into this industry, sa healthcare delivery, which is really integrally part of our training pa rin. But malaking tulong talaga ang technology when it comes to healthcare delivery. I may add na rin, even right now with our government's efforts on increasing healthcare coverage for our fellow Filipinos, yung plano ng PhilHealth, if you notice, nag-expand talaga sila with the YAKAP program, and meron silang zero balance, at even for other illnesses, ina-expand nila. Ngayon, how does connectivity play a big role dyan? malaki kasi the doctors need to fill out these forms properly. Dina-download yan, sinisend yan sa PhilHealth. And even when doctors are not around, they confer with the residents and the fellows. And mas mabilis ang turnaround time na to. Better than of course, ang mga doctors, because they also have needs. Diba? They also have basic needs that they have to attend to. So kung mabagal ang connectivity, mabagal yung pag-process ng internally, within our control, no? Iba pa yung within PhilHealth. PhilHealth naman is doing its level best to really make the claims move faster. But of course, it involves also our end sa hospital and also yung doctors. So mapapabilis yung process. Mabilis rin yung makukuha ng hospital and mga doctor, yung reimbursements, which we badly need to serve more people. Malaking problema yun pag nag-balloon yung collectibles sa PhilHealth dahil mahina ang connection. Ayun, nakangiti ang aming medical director. Alam niya, ang hinaing ng doctor. No? So, again, reliable connectivity will shorten up the process, will make it easier for both the hospital and the doctors, and even for our patients.
Thank you so much, sir. Our next questions from Kate Adahar of Random Republic.
Good afternoon. When will the RISE connection start, and how do you intend to transition to that new connection?
Our admin director.
We already started with RISE, and with the approval of our president about 2 months back, we have been under the so-called 99.9 CIR or guaranteed for internet rate. Wala kaming downtime sa kanila compared to our two other providers. Medyo we're experiencing that, but true to their commitment, nakukuha namin yung kanilang promise. We have 3 providers. It's a standard. Actually, dalawa lang but because we need to make sure that we stay connected and committed dun sa aming motto, yung aming battle cry, dedicated to life. We have to make sure na lahat yan connected. So, the failure of one service provider, mag-load balance yung aming system para kunin dun sa kabila. Naka-automatic load balancing na. Hindi ko na babanggitin yung pangalan ng provider kasi but the system basically tells you how committed we are to making sure that we deliver our services, whether technology-based or otherwise.
Thank you, sir. And for Sir Justin, because RISE sounds very promising, can you share with us more about the details of the speed, the connectivity, the advantages it has over the other providers?
I told you, Carl, I should have brought my PowerPoint presentation. But anyway, I can walk you through, even I don't have a detailing detail.
Next press.
Thank you. Anyway, when it comes to connectivity and internet sustainability, that's what we're proud of. It's the network. We're managing, as mentioned a while ago, we're managing our own core network with our own set of both field engineers and network engineers. So if only we can show you you can visit rice.ph, our website, even if you're not really gonna go into inquiring. We have a tool there. It's called the Looking Glass. So what does the Looking Glass do? You're gonna input an IP address that you want to send to a message, a data, or whatever, and then you would see, and you would measure the latency, meaning the speed from sending that data packet from the Philippines to Australia, from the Philippines to the US, from the Philippines to Japan or Hong Kong. That actual ISP, that actual IP address, kayo naman po ang mag-input doon eh. So, para makita nyo ma-experience yun, subukan nyo po yun. Free yun, and it's online lagi. So, that can actually prove yung aming latency. Nabanggit naman nila when it comes to redundancy also, yung sinasabi nila na, oh, we have to have a backup, like load balance and all that. Let's not get too technical. Kung baga parang meron tayong laging option A, option B. So just to make sure na meron tayong just for business continuity. Another, I'd like to share na banggit na rin on that. There's one client, this is how proactive we are. This one client, when I had an event in Laguna Techno Park, they are already our client, and then Sir Norman, just to share, and I'm so proud. So when we had that session, and then that client told us, you know what happened with me? I was called upon by RISE when I tried testing our secondary ISP, which is RISE. So yung first, si RISE, pinatay niya without informing us. Nagtetest siya nung kung yung feel safe, yung backup, kung tinatawag. So, tumawag sa akin na si RISE. The network engineer called, "Sir, are you having a problem with your network? Are you receiving data packets? Nag-down po ba? May problema?" Sabi niya, "Ay, paano mo nalaman?" So, yun yung sinasabi namin. No? It's more of, we're monitoring the data or your consumption as well. If you're underutilizing or overutilizing, we'll also share with you. So that's how proactive we are. And then there's one story again that came from our client na yung internet nila nawala dun sa network map namin. Tumawag ulit si network engineer. True enough, kaya pala walang gumadaan na data packets, nasusunod na yung data cabinet nila dun sa baba ng opisina nila. Hindi pa nila alam. So, yeah, those are the testimonials and the kwentos lang that I can share with you. But yeah, that's how we will provide and continuously support what we're practicing.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Kay. We have a question from the entertainment editor of Manila Standard, Nikki Wang.
Hey, good afternoon. First of all, congratulations sa iyong partnership. I'd like to ask Mr. Damayo. I understand that this partnership is just the start of many programs that you have for the institution, but after this partnership, the officials signing your partnership, what are the plans that you have for for the hospital and the educational institutions regarding your digital infrastructure? So, what are the future projects?
Well, definitely our goal is to make everything interconnected to begin with. I have this pet project right now. This one is the pipeline. Sir Norman knows about this. I mentioned it all the time. It's very basic, no? With PhilHealth, playing a very bigger role in hospitals. In fact, I would say for hospitals, we're expecting PhilHealth to compromise probably 25% or 30% of our revenues. Lumala siya. So, very critical yun. Kung hindi mo maayos yung turnaround time, you're not paid on time. That is critical on our cash flow. We won't have money to pay our suppliers and the rest. And of course, doctors have their needs also. So essentially, we're coming up with a system that will make PhilHealth processing faster. Again, interconnectivity plays a very big role there with our existing hospital information system. But again, without reliable connectivity, babagal po yung processing. Furthermore, we're also working on the doctors. Alam nyo, normally, iniisip natin ang primary customer ng isang hospital ay patients. Tama naman din. We really treat our patients, both the doctors and the hospitals, our partners. But ang something peculiar sa ating healthcare system that's different with the rest is we're more similar with the US. Mas dispersed yung ating systems, may HMO tayo, you can directly go to a consultant. Unlike if you go to other nationalized healthcare systems like the UK, Australia, you have the US, Canada, talagang dadaan ka muna sa primary care, government, hospital. Though of course PhilHealth is, the UH is working on this also, but generally we're still dispersed. No? And the main difference between us and the US, which we have a similar system, malaki ang say ng doctor. Maybe personal yung experience, you have a doctor that you trust, you rely on, and if this doctor tells you, dito ka sa hospital na to, or dyan ka sa hospital na to, mas comfortable ako, malaki yung kanyang say. And part of keeping doctors happy is of course letting them know the status of their collections. Kahit paano may hanap buhay ang ating mga doctors. And for them to know the status of their collections from HMOs, from PhilHealth, even from credit cards or promissory notes, status of their accounts, you need connectivity. So we have a platform where they can check, nabayaran na ba ako ni PhilHealth? Or nasa hospital ba ang bola? You know, we are working on that, on a transparency program that will also encourage our doctors to patronize the hospital more. And of course, for them to be encouraged to handle more patients as well. So, again, the PhilHealth area is a priority. This, what we call doctor's fee system is a priority. Our emergency records, our EMR, electronic medical records, is something that we're also working on. So everything can be interconnected. And we are working on the patient's app wherein you can also check your medical history, everything, even schedule appointments and the like. So, in fact, after this meeting, we will be meeting another service provider that will also take care of scheduling naman with doctors. So, medium of all of these plans and programs is connectivity. So, we really hope to rise together.
Thank you. And for my next question, still for Mr. Tamayo. Earlier, we heard a very inspiring story from Mr. Santiano receiving best-in-class service from Perpetual Health. But we wanted to know, do you have any plans to expand in different locations, perhaps north or other parts of Manila?
Yes, it's in the plan. In fact, our chairman will be celebrating his birthday again soon. And he gets sentimental. I won't mention his age. He doesn't want to mention it. But I guess you come to a point that, you've achieved already so much, but you know you can still do so much. And he has really great plans. And, a second generation family business owners, I think it is our responsibility to be good stewards to continue what they have started, and especially the social good. They're really inspiring to hear stories, and we hope to do the same, for all Filipinos. If you will look at our model, how Perpetual started, and with what I've shared, we started first as a school, and eventually became a hospital. So the way I'm looking at it, in every Perpetual Health campus, there must be a hospital. So I think that is the natural projection that we are looking at. In fact, if you look at Perpetual Health Molino, they are celebrating their 30th year. Kaya lang wala pang hospital yun. Dapat nasabayan. This one, nung tinayo to, this was 75. The next year, there was already a hospital. So if you're asking me, I'm looking at Molino as a natural projection for growth. And we have a campus also in Calamba, so it's also possible. And malaking complementation for a university to have its own hospital. There's a lot of collaboration. Again, and connectivity will play a big role also, considering we are a university system. By the way, just to share, we are the University of Perpetual Health System is composed of 10 campuses ayun, across Luzon, with our latest campus in Rojas City. And they are all headed by our Chairman of the Board and CEO, Dr. Brigadier General Antonio. We have 2 hospitals. Originally, we had 4, but I think he has plans on reviving eventually the other 2. And they are situated wherein we have schools as well. So, medyo challenging talaga ang hospital, pero nandiyan ang opportunity really to make a difference as well and confidence. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. We have questions from Gemma Villanueva of Orange Magazine.
Hello. Congratulations for the partnership. Curious question lang. The internet is for the whole hospital, including the patients, or exclusive just for the staff?
Everyone. And this particular location includes subsidiaries also. So, pati sila kasama. Essentially, our family is known to be into healthcare and education. But we've also diversified into other businesses. So, we have an agribusiness head office. It's here also. I believe we're around 6,000 SAO level. Around 3,000 SAO level na yan. With several sites, we also have an HMO, which is Healthcare Development Philippines. It's one of the oldest HMOs in the country. And our chairman decided to set that up, basing it from the US model then, wherein most HMOs have their own hospital. And then we also have, of course, our foundation. We also have our food service, how the food was. We have a Daisies, we have a resort also, yung Sol Ibiento Hot Springs. And that's on the wellness part, which complements the hospital. We have a hotel in Atalita, Tagaytay. So their head offices are here. So pati sila, the hospital being the primary unit here also provides, and thank you to RISE, the internet and connectivity to the entire area, including patients, students who are here, and also customers.